Hey YouTube, it's Juan here again, and this time I'm doing a milk comparison, comparing 7 different milks, 2 very low calories, what I call cashew, almond, unsweetened of course, 25 and 30 calories per serving. Then I have after that 2 45 calorie ones, So Delicious coconut, as well as the Califia coconut almond milk. And then after that, jump up into the higher calorie dairy but high protein. So Fairlife non-fat at 80 calories per serving for 1 cup. And then half skim Fairlife and half 2% to kind of mimic the 1% milk at 100 calories per cup. And then finally 2% Fairlife. And everything else is the same. I just did the most basic recipe I could to try and minimize other factors. So I did vanilla with PE science, vanilla, whey casein, and only added vanilla extract. So I didn't do my vanilla bean one because I didn't want to. I'm doing 7 pints. I don't have that much vanilla bean paste. I don't want to waste it all. Well, not waste it, but go through it all in one swoop of 7 pints. So, yeah, so I'm spinning them now, so I'll come back in a minute. And the rest of my recipe, just a standard recipe. I use my base, but I use 100 grams cottage cheese. I use the Good Culture, low fat. I just use 1 tablespoon of Lakanto Monk Fruit with Erythritol, the classic sweetener for this one, for vanilla. It's about 14 grams of that. 1/4 teaspoon of guar gum, scoop of the protein powder, and then 1/4 teaspoon of this vanilla extract. So that's it, and then I just switch the milks out. And the way I like to do the milks, everyone varies, but I like to add as much milk as I can to fill to the line, which for this recipe comes out to about 11 fluid ounces. So I haven't said that the calories I mentioned before obviously were for 1 cup of milk, which is only 8 ounces. So the calories for the milk is going to be higher because I'm using 11 ounces and using that for each pint, just to kind of compare apples to apples, to notice, see what kind of differences, if any, I can notice between the milks. The other thing I'm going to mention while they're spinning is I use the same prep method, my normal prep method, where I run hot water on the outsides and the top. The other thing I'll mention is I use my normal prep method for all of them, where I run hot water on the exterior and a little bit on the top and scrape any hump. Then light ice cream spin, do another hot water rinse on the outside only this time, and then I do a butter knife scrape, and then do a mix and spin. So this is all discussed in detail in my first YouTube video if you want to see that. I have 2 machines, so I do spinning 2 at a time, and then each of the 2 are done, I'm going to put these lids on them and put them in the refrigerator, spin 2 more, and repeat until all 7 of them are done. All right, time to taste some ice cream. I'm really excited about this. So this is a blind taste test because I erased the labels on the outside, but they're labeled on the inside. I'm gonna shuffle them around. I have no clue what order they were in, to be honest. Whoops, you got a peek of there, but I don't know which one that is. See what we got. I have the macros here for each one, so we can do those comparisons. All right. Lids off these. pretty good. Really good. Okay. Well, we start here. Just go left to right. Or my left to my right. Well, I'm gonna start poking. Well, this got a nice, just kind of pushing through it. It's creamy, good resistance. Before I taste it. This one as well. You know, have good, nice push to them. They're all creamy. This one's a little softer. I did use the same spin cycles for everything, so I'm gonna try this one first, since I put the spoon in there. This one's softer. I'm wondering if this is the 2%, since I used light ice cream in a mix-in for all of them, so. It's good. It's a little bit of a crunch to it. Good flavor. Nothing, like I said, that one is softer. This is a little bit harder. This one seems, well, I like the consistency of this one better. I'm wondering if this one maybe, well, I mean, it's still got resistance and it's still definitely scoopable. You can see here, just the top looks a little softer. Could be that one was out a little bit longer. This one has a coconut taste to it, so it's either the Califia coconut almond or the So Delicious coconut. Just, I can taste a little bit of coconut, so with the consistency is great here. Similar, I don't know, this one's a little bit thicker than that one. Let's see. So far this one I like a little bit better. This one's very similar to this one. In terms of creaminess. Maybe a tad, just a little bit more creamy. So, but it's pretty darn close to this one. All of them had like a little tiny crunch, not too much though, so I don't know. This one's like a hair behind this one, maybe similar to this one for consistency. I'd probably say this one probably tied with this one. It's good also, but not as creamy as these. So they're all creamy, by the way. They're all really creamy and good. It's just little minute differences. But I would probably put this one with the first one. I'm probably going to put this one maybe tied with second place with these. No, this one really like it. Okay, yeah, so this third one a little bit better, I think, than these three. In terms of consistency. Probably tied for me for second. These two here are close, tied for just behind the second one. So this is last but not least, let's see. Good. This one maybe, it's either in the second tier or maybe with this one. Let's try. I think it's probably tied with this one at the top. Just a little bit more than the others. All really good, scoopable, consistency, creamy. They all have a tiny bit of a little crunch. I don't know. None of them don't. There's none that don't have any little tiny crunch, but yeah, these two right here are like just a little bit, I don't know, mouthier maybe. I'm gonna guess that these are probably the highest calorie ones, which would make sense. Let's see. Yeah, and I can't really. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say these two are tied. So my guesses are gonna be the Fairlife 2% fat and 1% fat, highest calorie ones. Let's see. Okay, so that was a good guess. This is the Fairlife 1%, and this is a Fairlife 2%. So I found these to be tied for a little bit better than these second tier. So now let's check these out. So this one had a coconut flavor. It has to be either the So Delicious coconut or the Califia coconut almond. It's interesting though that I only picked up coconut flavor from one of them, which means if you like coconut, this would be a good recommendation. So this is the Califia coconut almond. Interesting. It has more of a coconut flavor than the So Delicious plain coconut. I mean, in fact, it has a really good flavor. I'm gonna probably, when I do coconuts anymore, I'm gonna probably switch to the Califia just because the flavor is so good. And by the way, if you don't like coconut, then obviously you wouldn't want to get this Califia coconut almond, but they do have they have like normal almond milk as well. I've never tried that one yet. So this is Fairlife non-fat skim. So I had that with the Califia coconut almond, and let's see which one this is. And this is almond milk. This has been my default. So that leaves cashew and coconut. This is coconut, the So Delicious coconut, and this is cashew. So that's it. That's my rank. That's how I would place them. Now, obviously the two that I thought were a little bit better, and it's not like dramatic by the way, but the best ones are the ones with the highest calories. So just for comparison purposes, the 2% pint has 358 calories for this pint, using my same recipe for all of them, just changing the milk. With a ton of protein, because Fairlife has a lot of protein. So it's 358 calories, 55 grams of protein, 13.5 carbs, and 10 grams of fat. Then the 1% goes down to 330 calories, 55 grams of protein, 13.5 carbs, and 7 grams fat. Okay, so then we had the Califia, Almond, Fairlife non-fat, and almond milk, tied for second place. And let's see, next would be the non-fat Fairlife at 303 calories, 55 grams protein again, same carbs, 13.5, but only just less than 4 grams of fat. And then we have the coconut almond, which drops down to 255 calories, 38 grams of protein, so a lot less protein, because it's not the Fairlife milk, 6.5 carbs and 9.3 grams of fat. And then the almond milk, which is 234 calories, so that drops quite a bit in calories. 38 grams protein, pretty much just from the protein powder and the cottage cheese. 6 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fat. And then we have So Delicious coconut at 255 calories, so this jumps high. This is similar to the Califia, which makes sense. So the same calories per serving for milk, 36 protein, 8 carbs, 9 fat. And then the lowest calorie one by a hair over almond is cashew at 227 calories, 37 grams protein, 6.6 carbs, 6.5 fat. So, what does this mean for me? These two, even though they were, a little bit creamier, a little bit more mouthier, it's too many calories for my preference on a daily basis, and an overkill of protein, because for me, the best ingredient is the cottage cheese and the protein powder. So I'm not going to really do this Fairlife just because it's overkill of protein and it's too many calories and then extra fat. And then I had the skim milk version of Fairlife tied with almond milk, so obviously I wouldn't use this Fairlife either. So my default almond milk will probably still be my default because it's such low calories. And then if I'm going to do a coconut one, though, I am going to switch to Califia coconut almond milk, even though it's a little bit more expensive than the So Delicious coconut. It's just it's creamier than this So Delicious coconut, and the coconut flavor is better as well. It'd be interesting though. I wonder how well, I guess if these are tied though. I was just wondering if the Califia almond milk, how it would compare to this is Walmart generic brand almond milk, but it may be more calories too. I don't know. I'm gonna probably just stick with this because it's the same, tied with this one anyways. And then finally we have Cashew, which I didn't like as much, but so there it is. Hope this helps. And but bottom line, they're all really good. I'm gonna enjoy all of them. And you do you, whatever you prefer for protein and carbs and fats and whatever you can fit. Encourage you to experiment on your own. Everyone has their own different preferences. So, but this is how it worked out for me. So, one more thing I just want to note, flavor-wise, they're all really good. Like I said, the only ones that I kind of tasted on a little bit different flavor, again, was this. I got some coconut flavor out of the Califia coconut almond. I didn't get it out of this So Delicious coconut, coincidentally. And I got a little bit unique flavor from the cashew milk. Maybe it's because I'm new to cashew milk, so it's the first time I've tried it. But the other ones, I couldn't really, get one flavor or the other. Well, that one I did. That's the coconut one. Yep. So, that's all. Hope this helps.